Hi Capricorn, welcome to your November reading. Before I get into this reading, there's a couple things I need to note. So, for one, I'm sorry I skipped your reading because I didn't mean to do that. But after I skipped it, I realized that sign needed to have the reading before you guys. So usually I do things in order, but we're moving more intuitively. For two, I'm going to be doing things a little bit different in this reading. I'm adding some more cards and stuff like that. And for three, we're doing this reading different as far as I'm not really talking about what's going on with you guys astrologically. I'm really just trying to get to the message and what you guys really need to hear. Okay, aside from that, what is going on with you, Capricorn? Because I don't know if you have to do something like a project, work, I don't know, but I had to make so many adjustments before I did this reading. Like, I had to make the adjustments to like the back of there, myself, like 50,000 times with this hat. Just so many adjustments, and I feel like maybe there's something that you're trying to do and you're having to make a lot of adjustments, or you're having to make little tweaks here and there to make it right. If that applies to you, just remember that don't allow the perfectionism of whatever you're trying to create to distract you from what you really need to get done, because maybe distractions are what's going on with you guys. I did write something down. Yeah, I said little adjustments. Maybe you need to make adjustments here and there in some points of your life, and that will make all the difference to you. But don't go crazy trying to make it perfect, because it really will never be perfect until you decide in your head, this is perfect for me. Okay, so now let's get to it, shall we? I'm seeing that some of you guys, you might be feeling like you're in a situation where this could be a court situation, a legal situation, or love, relationships, whatever it is. What you feel like is that it's not fair and it's not balanced. And what I need you to know is that okay, so I think you guys might get a little bit of tough love today. I'm just gonna let you know now, because what I'm hearing in my head, I'm like, what, really? Okay. Some of you guys need to just grow up. It may not be what you want to hear, but it's the truth. And what I mean is that, and I'm saying this out of love as much as I can, is that you treat people, you tell people by how you treat yourself, how to treat you. Your first relationship is with yourself. So if you're saying this is unfair, you're not giving to me, or there's some situation where you feel like it's imbalance or unfair, and it's really all about how you look at it. If this is a relationship situation between like you and another person, or friendship or whatever, this is what it is. If you're saying, I always give to you all the time, I'm always doing this for you and you don't do nothing for me, stop doing that shit. Stop that. Like, you have control over you, so you can decide whether you want to do something for somebody or not. If they're not giving as much as you feel like they're taking, there's an imbalance. But you have to be the one to put an end to that. You have to treat yourself accordingly. If your time and your energy is important like it is, then you need to act like it. Because people will walk all over you and cross your boundaries if you allow them to. And I heard you can't be mad at nobody but yourself, because what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Is this just like, I don't know if like in almost every reading there's just like a car with some hello music, like, okay. Anyway, just remember, it's all about how you look at it. So instead of maybe wanting to put the blame on somebody else in a situation, just step back and be like, you know what am I doing? Because maybe I'm just giving too much. Maybe I'm allowing this. I keep saying you need to say no. This is what you need to do. This is all about boundaries, saying no, and giving when you want to give, not because you feel obligated to give, because you're not obligated to really do anything for anyone in any relationships. Like, give and take. So just remember, like, you hold the power as far as your time and your energy, and just say no. Like, no. You don't even have to give an excuse. You don't even have to give a motherfucking reason. You can just say, no, I don't want to do that. No. And someone may be upset, but okay, that's them being upset. You don't have to be upset because they're upset. That's there. You have to separate you between other people, and this is healthy. Like, you're upset because I said no, but I'm happy because I said no. So therefore, that upsetness is your problem. It's not my problem. I feel better. You might feel a little bit guilty in the beginning, but really that's a facade. That's an illusion. That's not yours to have. That's not your emotion to have. Because if you do the thing and then you feel horrible about it afterward, what good was that when you could have just said no? Okay, I guess that's what I'm getting there. Sorry that this is coming through. I feel like this is like a little bit blunt or a little bit like cutthroat today, but I was just like, that's the message that's coming through. And maybe I feel like actually, if anybody can handle it, you can handle it. You can handle when people are just straight up and forthright and like to the point about things. And I think actually you might like that. I think that that's your energy. I'm seeing that some of you guys, like, when you want to do something, or it's important to get on the ball with doing what you came here to do. So your service to mankind, your service to humanity. I feel like you're kind of at a halt right now, like you're not doing it. Yeah, okay, so I was asking like in my head, why is Capricorn not doing it? And I'm like hearing, you don't feel like you're ready. You don't feel like you have enough of something. And in the beginning of the reading, I was trying to tell you that like, you just need little adjustments. You actually do have what you need. You have enough courage. You have enough strength. You have enough passion. You have enough materials to do what it is that you need to do. And if you don't necessarily, like, if this isn't completely you, I really feel like you guys have it. I don't even want to say that. I feel like you have it, and you're going to start getting signs and synchronicities, or people might just start showing up with more things for you to use, or the resources might just start showing up. They're happening because the universe wants you to do it, and you want to do it. So it's kind of like, you know what I was listening to a video before I started doing this reading. It's called The Alchemist. I do recommend that you read that book. I think it will help you a lot. It's a dope book. So in the book, they were basically talking about how when you want something, like, the universe is like conspiring for you. It's gonna line up things to work in your behalf to get that thing done. But what can stop you, because you have free will, is your inability to want to do it. Like, oh, I'm not strong enough, I don't know this enough, I don't have enough of this, or I don't have enough of that. But I kind of feel like you do have enough of that. Whatever it is, you have enough just to begin. But because it's not perfect in your eyes, you feel like this isn't good enough. And maybe because, you know, Capricorn, sometimes you can hold yourself to a high regard, and then you hold other people to a high regard as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not always necessary, I guess I want to say. Because what you see is that you don't have something, so you can't do it. It's just like, even if you wanted to start a YouTube channel, or if you wanted to learn something, like doing nails, doing hair, what, I don't know, this could be anything, but something. You got to start somewhere. And if you have just the bare minimum, just start. If you got pen and paper, then you can write a book. If you got a camera, or if you got a phone, you could start a channel. If you got phone and a light, you can start a channel. If you have the material that you need, you can do what you got to do. And maybe you're just kind of so caught up in the fact that it's not exactly how you feel like it should be. But there's so many people out there who are successful at whatever they're doing, and they really just tell you, just start wherever you're at with whatever you have. Because too, this is the thing. There is something in the Bible about being resourceful, multiplying what you have. And I do believe this is about being resourceful. Use what you have to make it work. Like when I was putting this thing back there, there was like a glare, and I was like, this is very annoying. And so there's like a clip that I use on this thing, and so I used it in a different spot, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. It worked. I had what I needed already. I just needed to, you know, think outside of the box. also I'm seeing that you do need to be original. Maybe whatever it is that you want to do, there's a lot of people in that field, or you're seeing how a lot of other people do things. I feel like just ask yourself this question: how can I do what I want to do in like what other people are doing, but in my own way? What differently? What can I bring to the table that's different? How can I spice this up a bit? How can I add something else? Because really it's about adding value. So at the end of the day, how can I add value to this person or these people's lives? And what can I do different? How can I bring myself into it? Okay, so I'm also hearing maybe sometimes people are like very energetic, and that's not really you sometimes. Maybe you're like really chill, and you think just because you're not very energetic that your message won't get across, but that is not true, because there's a lot of chill people out here that relate to you, and they don't like that energetic energy. Do you understand? Whatever it is, or however it is that you originally are, go with that energy. Don't think just because you're not the way that other people are. There's people who relate to you, and they're pretty much dying to see somebody else that's like them as well. They want to relate to somebody, and you have that. Okay, so I'm also seeing that you need to make a decision. So it's time to focus. I'm hearing it's grind time. We're at the end of the year. It's time to focus on what you want. If you want something to be different for 2021, you're definitely going to need to get started now. Don't wait till 2021. Don't wait till January. Like, go now. You need to decide what you want and figure out how you can, like, what resources do you have? Literally, I'm seeing that so much. Like, okay, this is what I want. What do I need to just get started? I'm just reading into this message here. Okay, so when you were younger or like a child, do you remember when you wanted to do something? When you wanted to get something done, you would find every fucking way to get it done. You were like, well, I could just use this, and I can call so-and-so and this and this and that. It's just like you wanted something and you were going to find a way, especially like if your parents or your guardians or whatever, they wouldn't do it for you or whatever. You found a lot of creative ways to get something done. You were very resourceful because you knew that if they said no, or if they said you had to have this or that, you weren't going to get it done. So you're just thinking like, okay, well, if I take this, if I ask so-and-so for this, if I do that, then I can get done what I need to get done. I feel like that's what you need to do. Remember how when you were a kid and you really wanted something, you were like, I'll do what I need to do. I'll do what it takes to get it done. I'll use whatever I have to get that thing or to get that thing done. I feel like that's what you need to do right now. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with physical resources. Some of it has to do with inside of you. You know, what courage do you have? What knowledge do you have? Whatever you have inside of you that you want to bring out, that you want the divine to express through you. But I feel like most of it is physical resources, because this is going to be a very fulfilling thing for you. And whatever this is, yeah, I'm seeing right now in Scorpio season and the next by Aquarius season. So I guess that's like February. If you get started now by Aquarius season, things might change like in a nice, good, big way. But timing is important. Okay, so you can always do something at any time, and it's definitely best to get started right away. But sometimes there's like little pockets of energy, little portals of energy, little things going on that really help push you through whatever it is that you're trying to get done. Right now is one of those times. Right now is like a good time to launch or get going on what you want to get going on. Because unfortunately, if you do wait, then you will probably have to wait until Aquarius season, which we'll already be in 2021. You want to be already getting the ball rolling so that by the time the Aquarius season comes, you're already reaping the benefits of what you've sown. You know what I mean? Either you understand some esoteric things about life, or you're coming into an understanding about it, and that's helping you to empower yourself. If not, if you already understand, it's helping you to empower other people. But using your intuition and realizing that this whole Scorpio season, I've been realizing it's about what you can't see. When you see someone in a certain predicament, when you're in a certain predicament, whatever's going on with your life, and you're looking at what you can see, is about what you can't see that's influencing or controlling what you can see, if that makes any sense. So how you think, your subconscious mind, I feel like that's very important. Your thoughts and your subconscious mind, what's going on in your subconscious mind, because that is, you know, your subconscious mind. You got your thoughts, your conscious mind. The things that are going on are running the show, basically. Sorry, I just got a little message on there. But the things that are going on behind the scenes are controlling the show. The things that are going on in your subconscious mind. And you control that. You can control what beliefs you have going on in there. You can erase them. You can, like, you're like a computer. Your subconscious mind is like a hard drive, and you got things on there. And if the program's not working because you don't like the way your life is going or a specific situation, you can choose to put a new program in there, but you have to delete the other program. And that does take some time and effort, but it's possible. And only you can do that. No one else can control your subconscious mind unless you give them power to do that. But I really feel like a lot of this reading is about power, like your own personal power and your own personal, just your own personal power. Like, you have control over your subconscious mind. You can influence it. It works with God. It works with the universe. As a man thinketh, so shall he be it, right? It's not even just what you I wonder. It's not even just what you think, it's about what you believe. Like, I wonder if it should be as a man believeth, so shall he be it. But either way, it's just what's going on in the background, because that's what is really making things move the way it is on the outside. If you understand what I mean already, then you know, and then this is something that you want to spread to other people. And if you're just new to what I'm saying, then look into it. Look into manifestation. Look into how the subconscious mind works. This is spiritual stuff, though, for the most part. Yes, this is like religion, spirituality, whatever you want to call it, esoteric knowledge. It's something like that. But it, I believe, controls how the way the world works. I also am getting, like, if you play chess, or you know how to play chess, or you know anything about chess, it's something about, like, when someone's playing chess and they're only focused on, like, what they can see, and then there's another player focused on, it's like what you can't see, what the other person does not see, that person wins the game. That's interesting. So I'm seeing that maybe you have been a little bit stubborn lately. I see you have your guard down. I mean, your guard up, and you need to let your guard down. You need to be more adaptable to your situations that you're in. Yeah, it just kind of feels like this. You are having things going on the outside. They're not really working for you, and you're just like, this isn't work. Okay, there's another book. Okay, I guess books are coming up for you. For most of the other readings, it was songs, but books are coming up for you. And it's called The Untethered Soul. Yes. And in that book, he's basically talking about how we have experiences, and in our mind, you know, like we associated like a thing, a place, a person with a feeling. And when it was negative, it's like it kind of like it made us put a block up, and our mind just associated negativity with that person, place, or thing, or whatever. You kind of put your guard up. And he was talking about opening your heart to everything that's happening, no matter what, no matter even if you had a negative experience before. I mean, of course, use your logic, but he was basically saying how to open up your heart to life. I feel like being like a kid again, because even though children understand, first they're very open to everything, and then they learn things and they're like, all right, I'm not so open to that, you know, or I might be open to it, but you did lie the last time, so I won't be as open to it. But the point is that the reason why they have so many positive experiences, why they feel so good, like all the time or a lot, is because they're more open to things. Because sometimes we get older, we're just not open to things anymore. We're not open to love. We're not open to making new friendships. We're not open to jobs, because we're like, no, that happened last time. No, this is the way that it was. Like, I'm tired of these. Like, we make excuses for our limitations that have happened to us. And I feel like you got to drop all that shit right now. If you want some things to change, and they will, if you do, you have to drop that down right now. Because I feel like you've been more about physically, what can I see? And it's not the way that I want it to be. There's a lot of teachings with like Abraham Hicks that I feel like would be sort of helpful. I know that you guys can be practical sometimes, but I just feel like she talks about how if you need your outside circumstances to be a specific way in order for you to be happy, then you're putting your happiness, your self-esteem, your self-worth, you're putting something that's way, way important on or into an outside circumstance. And outside circumstances always change. Nothing ever stays the same, you know that. So you're setting yourself up for failure, basically. Your security, your self-esteem, your everything needs to come from the inside. You don't have to wait for your outside circumstances to be perfect or up to par for you to be happy. You can choose to be happy now. Happiness is a choice. Your emotions are a choice, and they're in your control. Aren't you, let's just talk about this. Aren't you happy that like you can control yourself and your own emotions? Like no one else can do this. You have control over it. If you have control over your thoughts and your beliefs and your emotions, and those things create your reality, then you have control over your reality. You don't have control over everything, but you have control over yourself and your reality and the things that you create. Because yeah, I just feel like you need to step into authority about what's happening, because I feel like you feel heartbroken. You feel disappointed, heartbroken, upset, mad, like a whole bunch of emotions that you feel jaded. Like I feel like so many disappointments, and this has something to do with your heart chakra. So I do encourage you to work on your heart chakra. Google, like, you know, or go on YouTube. There's all types of heart chakra meditations. It's time for you to like open up your heart again to life. I do feel like that Untethered Soul would definitely, like, that's a good book for you to read. Open up your heart to laughter again. Like, laugh about some things. Get around people who make you laugh. Watch some things on Netflix that are like, you know, comedy shows or something like that. Because when you're laughing, you're open. You're open to the experience. It's just like, maybe that's laughter is a way that you can open up your heart. Maybe that's a way that isn't so hard for you. It takes less resistance to do it. Find things to laugh about. Watch funny videos. But be open, because when you're closed off, yeah, you might be closed off from hurt and you might be closed off from disappointment, but you're also closed off to love and blessings and beautiful things. You're closed off to everything. You close off everything when you close off your heart, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Some people might be coming into the house, so sorry if it gets loud. I do see that. I'm gonna clarify this real quick. Hold up. Yeah, it's like something about you needing to know the truth. Yes, okay. I see it again. It's just like you can get started. You're ready. You're ready to do something. And when you do it, it might not pop off the way that you want it to. So you may need some patience. It may require some patience, but you do need to get started. It's like, don't forget who you are, Capricorn. Don't forget where you come from. There's a song that's coming up, and I don't know if any of you guys are religious or anything like that, but there's a song, because I used to go to church, and it's called "Oh Why Not Tonight," and it just has a lot of symbolism in it. It's a very good song, I believe. It's basically talking about, like, don't harden your heart. Literally, it says it in there. Don't harden your heart. Be saved. Oh, tonight. Why not today? Why not today? Why not tonight? Literally, why do you have to wait till tomorrow? Why do you have to wait till that day that everything works out? You can do it today. You can feel the love. You can let the love in today. Oh my gosh, you guys, please go read that book, The Underdog. I mean, listen to the audiobook, something. I mean, this is all lining up with what I'm trying to say. Open up your heart. Be open to the blessings that the universe is trying to give to you. This unconditional love, all that you feel like that you've been missing. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I feel a little emotional. Maybe you guys feel like that right now. All that you feel like you've been missing, it's like, it's there. It's there. God wants to give it to you. The universe wants to give it to you. Spirit wants to give it to you. It's there. You got to open up to it, though. Everything that you feel like you've been missing, you've been lacking, you've just been feeling down on yourself about life, it's there. This is very transformative energy. I feel like this is very needed as we're going into the end of the year. If you make these adjustments now, like, this next 2021 is like, it's going to change. Things will be different. Yeah, I'm just seeing that, like, being like a child again, because maybe you, because sometimes, Capricorn, you can't be serious, like, you know, and you just need some balance right now. You need to connect with that inner child in you again. It's like your inner child is always there anyway. Connect with that part of you that's just innocent and free flowing. That part of you that dances like nobody's watching. The part of you that, like, expresses yourself and doesn't care about what anybody thinks about what you're expressing. You're expressing it because you want to do it. You're doing it because you want to do it, not because you're concerned about how anybody's going to receive it. It's just free and pure and from your heart. Maybe that's the thing that you want to do, but you need to connect back with that part of you again. Let go of how anybody else will perceive you. Just do it, because you can. Use your free will. You have a lot of cards that's like freedom and will, and like you can do what you want to do. You're not restricted. You might feel like you're restricted, but that's an illusion. Maybe I'm here, just try it and just observe how you feel. Look at yourself through a different lens. Maybe for a while you've seen yourself as this person. Just wake up. I'm just here, do an experiment. Wake up and be like, you know what? Today I'm going to look at myself as this. That's the only way that I'm going to look at myself. That's the only way that I'm going to be. That's how I'm going to see myself. And just do things that this you would do. Be as if. Just try it for one day. Like, go through it. Like, don't half-ass it. Like, do it for real and see how you feel. Because, like, what do you have to lose? You can always revert back to how you were, but let's just try it, you know? I feel like your intuition is going to lead you wherever you need to go. You guys got 2 cards. This is the wishes fulfilled card, and then you guys got the wishing well card. I feel like you have been wishing and hoping for some things to happen for you, and it's like you gotta follow that intuition within you. Follow that part within you, not the mind, because remember, like, you're not the mind. You control your mind. You're not your actual mind. You control those things. The mind wouldn't even exist without you. You're the consciousness that controls the mind. And a lot of times the mind is functioning from the ego. And it's like, you can control that. You can tell your mind, no, I choose not to think that. No, that's not true. You have control. I feel like that's just one of the main messages that you need to realize. You actually have control over your life. If you make a wish for something, stick with it. This wishing well card, I mean, I was going to do this afterward, but this wishing well card talks about making the wish and then believing. You know, when you make a wish, even when you're a kid or something, you make the wish, you let it go, and then you forget about it, and then it happens. Sometimes you don't forget about it, but you don't think about it, right? Like all the time. You just have faith that it will happen, and then it happens. You don't go back in there and try to find the penny or the quarter or whatever you threw in there and be like, okay, maybe I should try this again because it's not working. No, you just make it and you let it go. So that's what you need to do. Make it and let it go. But how do I say this? Stick with your faith. Believe that if you let it go. Start out with small things. If that's too big, start with, there's plenty of manifestation videos out here. There's a lot of people that like explain how to manifest. Start out small. Start out with like just literally anything. Like, I want some blue shoes. I want to see a red bird. I want just anything menial, just something small that you would like I want some perfume, or I want some, I don't know, I'm just giving random examples, guys, but something small, and make a wish, or just put it out there. Universe, I want this. Or literally go to wishing well. This might be helpful for you because, like, you know, you are an earth sign and you do like physical things to kind of help you out. So go literally make the wish in a wishing well and then let it go. Let it go. Start out with something small, because I feel like if you can do that, because I feel like it will work, for one, if you can do that, then you'll find yourself there again, going for the next thing and going for the next thing. Maybe you just have to build up that muscle, because manifestation, we do it all the time. We're manifesting all the time, things that we want and things that we don't want. But when you're trying to manifest something that you want, it takes some effort sometimes, because you may have not realized that you were doing it, or you wasn't doing it right, because you weren't getting the outcome you want. But it takes some effort, so it's okay to practice. We are doing it all the time, but this time you're intentional about it. This is what I'm trying to say. We are always manifesting, but now you're being intentional about what you manifest. And maybe you're not, you haven't been intentional, or you didn't know how to be intentional about what you manifested, and now you are, and maybe you need to practice it a little bit, is what I'm saying. Be honest about, this goes back to those boundaries again. Be honest about what you're willing to give and take. If you feel like somebody is doing too much, or like they're trying to take too much, say that shit. I'm hearing like you need to be upfront and say it. I mean, I feel like you're not the type of person to be scared to say it anyway, but say it. Like, no, you've been asking me for too much and I don't want to do that, or whatever it may be, because it's about, like, all you have is your time and your energy and your resources. Like, literally, you have that. Energy is everything. Like, your time, your body, everything. You know, what you give that to, you can choose what you give that to and who you give that to. And if you don't feel like it's being reciprocated, if you don't feel like you are enjoying that energy exchange, because that's all it is just an exchange of energy, well, stop it. Or tell them, I'm going to need you to do this in order for me to do that. Whatever it is, it's like you need to create that balance within your life. Especially if you guys have children, I'm seeing that, like, Maybe if you have multiple children and you're trying to do stuff over here and over there, you're going to have to let that other child know, I need to do something for your brother or your sister. I can't always be doing stuff for you. Like, I need to move my energy around, because then you're going to be spreading yourself too thin. Maybe if it's siblings, whoever it may be, I just see that you need to be honest with them. Yeah, for some reason, I mean, this channel, like I said, is for anybody of any type of sexuality or gender, but I just had heard, like, mama needs to take care of herself. She needs to spend time for herself. Maybe if your kids are, like, needing a lot of attention or something like that, you need to take a break for yourself, because, like I said, you'll spread yourself too thin, and then that's not helpful for anyone. Not for you or for your children or for whoever, whatever the situation is. I do feel like confidence is important. Intuition is very important. Remember, intuition is not, sometimes we think, like, when people say follow our intuition, and we're like, what is that? It's like the first thing you think to do. Not like you think the first thing and then your mind hurry up and comes in afterwards and says, no, I shouldn't do that. Or like, no, that wouldn't be, like, no. The first thing you think to do, because you don't even think it. It just, like, it just comes out. Like, you just move in this direction, and then, like, your mind says, no, wait, that's the wrong way. Like, no, you were going the right way, because you don't even have to think about it. It just happens. It just comes up. It just comes up and it just comes out. That's your intuition. It's not very strong. It's not very loud. It is very strong, but what I'm saying is it's not a very loud voice, like how your mind can say no, or like, don't do this or don't do that. Intuition is quiet, and it's like easygoing, and it comes up easy. It's just not harsh. It's just that inner voice within you. I'm going to clarify this real quick. Yeah, okay. So, I'm hearing that some of you guys just really need to, like, do an ego check. Like, get a hold of your ego and your mind. Like, you control your mind. Don't forget that. You are the person that controls your mind. Because sometimes when you want to do stuff and it's like you're not good enough to do, you have this voice in your head, and that's your mind and your ego. But you're above that. You control that. And remember, it'll be, maybe it's like something you want to do, it doesn't make enough money, or it doesn't make you look good as far as societal standards go by, like, you know. But it's not about that. You have to break past those illusions of society that says that you have to look a certain way or be a certain way or act a certain way or have a certain job or whatever, because, like, that shit goes on and on. Like, you'll always have to be something different in order to satisfy people or our society. Like, let that go. Don't be confined by, like, material things. Like, this is about functioning from your heart space, literally. Your heart space and your soul space, not your mind or your ego space. I heard, who controls you? You or your mind? Is your mind your friend or your foe? You gotta see past the illusions. Past the illusions of security, past the, pretty much security. We're gonna go with that. Past the illusion of security. Like, because I have this job, and this house, and this car, and this partner, and this physically going on in myself, that means that I'm secure. And you know good and damn well that's not true. Because you could have had all of that, or you could have all of it now, but that doesn't make you happy, and that damn sure don't make you secure. You know what makes you secure, and it's not an outside thing. It's an inside thing. Security is an inside job. It will manifest itself on the outside, but if you put your security in outside circumstances, people, things, places, statuses, you'll be like all the rest of society who's always chasing. Oh my gosh, there's one other video. There's a video that I have to tell you. It's called Happiness. It's literally, go on YouTube. It's called Happiness. And it's like about a mouse or like a rat or whatever. Just watch that video. That's just, it's so on point with what I'm trying to say. I have another card that I want to clarify for you guys because I want to read into this a little bit deeper. If there's a home situation that you're in right now, yeah, I just see that you got to open up your heart, Capricorn. You have to open up your heart and remember that love can get you further than anything. You might have the inclination to be mean to somebody, or you know, you're not so open and receptive to them because they don't agree with what you agree with and they don't believe what you believe. You might have a very good right to do so, of course, but it's just like, you can choose to be nice even when people are not. You can choose to have manners, because if you're going to be like how everybody else is, then what's the difference between you and them? And then especially if you're thinking about them as like they're annoying, they're irritating, they're like whatever, an asshole or something, what's the difference between you and them if you act just the same way that they do? You set the standard. You put yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to be this way. Even if you're being petty, even if you're being this, even if you're being that, I choose to be however I want to be. I choose to be polite. I choose to have manners. This is what type of person I am. You set the tone because you have control. And people will follow suit. Trust me, they will follow suit after that. I do see that can make all the difference. Just being a little bit more open instead of closed off. And because, you know, you're angry, because you're upset, because you're irritated, because whatever that somebody else did, you can choose. You don't have to be around them all the time because, you know, they might be kind of low vibrational, but you can just say, oh, well, that's nice. Or, you know, still be happy no matter what. You can even still do something nice for them. Not because you have to or because you feel obligated to, but because you want to, because that's what type of person that you are. But remember that remember the difference. Don't do it because you're trying to, you know, soften somebody up or be a people pleaser. Do it because you want to do it, and that's what type of person that you are. Okay, so there's one card that this is so long. Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. This reading is like so long. I have a butterfly affirmation card that I want to pull for you guys. Oh. There we go. One popped out. I think that's it. This is a very beautiful card. Look at that. I wish you guys could see really like the details of this card. Don't pay attention to my nails, you know. Oh, it says, today I choose hope. I feel like that's very fitting for what I was saying, because this whole time I've been saying you get to choose how you feel. Today you can choose hope that whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you feel like may not be here yet, that it's coming. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for staying for this long. I know it was very lengthy. I hope you guys got something valuable from this. Remember that you are a powerful creator. Remember that you have the option, you have the choice. You co-create your reality, and you are powerful. And you are beautiful, and you are loved. And I love you. And thank you again for watching my video. Until next time. Bye.